Welcome to get to know the speakers of Digital Confex. Today we have with us Mohammed Tanzeem, who is Senior Manager Data Analytics Technology, Publicis Group. He will be joining as a speaker on the topic empowering marketing strategies with data-driven decision making during the Digital Marketing, Advertising and Technology Confex happening in Dubai on 17 to 18 October 2024. Hi Tanzeem, welcome to the chat show.
Uh, Hi, Ayush. Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to have you on our chat show. So, Tanzim, please give us a brief introduction of yourself and your field of expertise for our audience.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So, as you said, currently I'm working with Publicis as a senior manager data analytics practice. So I'm basically a computer science engineering graduate. So the initial part of my career, I was working a lot on software development, database programming, system analysis, those kind of roles. Then I gradually realized that that wasn't an area that I want to sort of like spend a lot of time. So I was sort of looking to move closer to business, probably looking to move slightly up the value chain in terms of business, so to speak. So that's when I decided to move towards the digital side. For the best part of last 10 years, I've been working on a whole lot of digital stuff, starting from performance marketing, especially on search, then performance analytics, especially marketing data analytics, marketing data science, a bit of generic data science and stuff like that. So it's been quite interesting, the journey so far.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting. So, tell us your excitement for our event.
It's I'm really looking forward to it. So this is sort of like my second time engaging with uh, DigiConfex. The first time was, I think, a couple of seasons back when COVID was all around us, and then we couldn't meet personally. So I was part of the program online. But this time I have the opportunity to be physically present there, interact with the professionals and all the people around. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And then it's happening in Dubai. So yeah, so really excited.
Yeah. So, moving forward, I have a few questions for you today. My first question is, how has the role of data in marketing evolved over the past decade?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's actually a very interesting question, Ayush. Especially the growth of data and the adoption of businesses of data in their marketing has grown exponentially. So if you plot that graph, right, over the last decade, has basically gone through the roof. So and then again, if you ask me, there are two basic reasons for that. One is the drastic advancements when it comes to technology and the growth of digital channels. And also, I would say along with it, the massive volumes of data that is being generated on these channels, right? At every touch point that the customer interacts, data is generated, right? So the combination of these two has actually, caused this big change. Traditionally, what used to happen was that businesses used to rely on broad demographic or geographic data to target audiences. But now that has changed because of this of huge volumes of data. So things like big data analytics and machine learning and AI, the businesses can do very targeted marketing, and then they can do a lot of personalization so that the messaging that they send out to their customers is very targeted. So again, these data is, as I said, is not just demographics or geographics. It could be like behavior patterns, preferences, marketing trends, and market trends and things like that. So the other thing is about, because the volume of data is huge, the businesses now started to use ML and AI and machine learning and AI to come up with these strategies, because it's humanly impossible to handle this volume of data. So things like predictive analytics, which allows businesses to anticipate what the customers would need, and then using that data, they can optimize their marketing campaigns and sort of like improve the ROI and stuff like that. So yeah, so all in all, the data-driven marketing has transformed the way businesses run, especially over the last decade or so.
Yeah, I think you explained very nicely the total evolution. So, as you told about the evolution of this data in marketing, so tell us some benefits and some obstacle that businesses can expect from adopting these data-driven marketing strategies.
Of course, yeah. So as I said, the benefits are multifold. You can see that because the businesses are equipped with this data, they can actually do very enhanced and advanced targeting of customers, right? So they can not just target based on their, as I said, broad demographics and geography. They could look at things like what are their likes and dislikes, right? Their preferences and stuff like that, and then they can target these customers with highly personalized messages, right? So what this does is that it leads to increased engagement and increased loyalty towards brands, and then obviously it leads to better ROI. So how it actually plays out is that you could actually look at data as to what is performing well, what is not performing well, for example, and then basically customize or tailor your marketing based on that data. So which sort of like increases your ROI. Then beyond marketing, they could look at this data and analytics, and then these can form insights to your strategic decisions. And this decision can be on product development. It could be on the right pricing strategy, building the right pricing strategy. How can you improve your customer service and things like that? So all in all, like better ROI because of better engagement, because of better personalized marketing, it leads to better overall customer experience and brand loyalty. And on top of all that, what the technology does is that we can do all these things in real time. So we don't have to wait for days and months to get the data to make adjustments, optimizations to your marketing. It can be happening in terms of hours, in terms of instead of days and weeks. So yeah, that are some of the very high level benefits that businesses can achieve using data. Majorly, if you ask me, it starts with the data. The obstacle, like again, you are basing all your strategy and decisions on data, right? So the quality of your data using which you make those decisions becomes paramount, right? So the accuracy of the data, the completeness of the data, the consistency, all those things becomes really important. So it's like you're saying garbage in, garbage out, right? The quality of data that goes into making your decision decides like what is the quality of your decisions. So data quality would be one major thing that business needs to consider. Second would be the technological complexity. So in order to have highly advanced technology to be put in place, it takes some investment. So that could be one barrier. The second is if there are businesses who are already having the technology, it may not be well optimized. So the architecture might be not well optimized. You could be having multiple and disparate systems and technology having redundant data, and then they're not talking to each other well. So that could be one other big complexity that can hinder the use of data within business. A third is skill, which is again the human resource, right? You can have all the technology in the world, but if you don't have the right skill people to make use of that, that could be a disadvantage. So companies need to invest in bringing in skilled resources, training their existing resources. And then finally, I think the biggest one would be the cultural resistance, right? People tend to be got used to the traditional marketing approaches. So they might resist change, but then this needs to be driven from the top so that there is like more adaptation to these practices. So that's the objective. The obstacles that businesses could face. Then you asked about some case studies, right? So I could refer some popular ones. So if you think about Amazon, 35% of the total sales is actually coming from product recommendations. So how does Amazon do the recommendations? It's basically based on their customer data, right? Transaction data, what products people are buying, and things like that. So if you look at it, more than 1/3 of their total sales is coming from the recommended products, right? So that's Amazon. So popular services like Spotify and Netflix, I can give you some numbers. So Spotify, if you look at the last 4-year period, like 20 to 2023, their monthly active users increased by 60%, and their paid subscribers grew 40%. So that's like a huge growth, right? I don't know what the exact numbers for Netflix are, but it is sort of like similar or even better, right? So again, a lot of these can be attributed to their personalized marketing and recommendation engine, which sort of like increases brand loyalty, engagement and stuff like that. And closer down to this region in Dubai, I can give one example of an e-commerce platform like Spree.com, which actually used a combination of omni-channel marketing and also very highly targeted user segments to do their marketing. And then using that, they actually increase their, they actually cut down their customer acquisition cost by around 20 times. And then they improve their reach by around 10 times. I can give you one example from my personal experience. I was working on an automotive, luxury automotive brand, and we used data-driven marketing based on behavioral data, or also leverage the first-party data to target similar audiences on social. And using these tactics, we actually increase the lead generation of the brand by 3 times, and then also cut their marketing spend by almost a half. So yeah, so these are some of the case studies that I can tell you.
I think you give very fine examples and varieties of example, I would say. So I have prepared
Yeah,
some rapid fire questions also for you. So
for
my
sure.
first question is, what have been your favorite thing to do while working from home?
Working from home. That's a good question. Um, the good thing about being working at home is that you don't have to be at your desk all the time, so you can take some frequent breaks. So listening to music and following sports has been one of my two of my big passions. So that has helped me to relax a bit and then do more focused work. Doesn't mean that I have to work tightly from like 8 to 5. I can take these breaks and come back and then probably stretch my working hours, which takes care of both things. Like the work is done, and then also I'm more relaxed at work.
So which song can you cheer up basically when you are tired?
Actually, I've got a wide range of interest when it comes to music. I listen to a lot of Indian music. Apart from that, I listen to some Western music as well. A.R. Rahman is my favorite music composer. So, but then there is no limit. There is no specific genre or music that I tend to, depending on the mood. It could be from pop to slow rock to I don't know. Like it could be classical Indian music. It could be anything.
So your favorite sports person?
Sports person, being an Indian by default, you know that we are all cricket lovers. So I mean, growing up, I've always looked up to Sachin Tendulkar. So he has been my sort of like an icon. But I follow a wide range of other sports also, so like tennis and F1 and football. So I'm a big Brazil fan. So a lot of great footballers that I follow. Yeah, so I can't say for one. If you ask me, one would be Tendulkar, could be Federer, and then the third would be like, because I'm a Brazilian fan, I would say Pele. I know that Messi is the one, or that Ronaldo is the one which is famous among the new gen, but then I sticking to my preference for the country, I would say Pele.
Yeah, I think that's great. So thanks, Sandeep. It was great connecting with you, and I am thrilled with your excitement to join our conference. Any words for our
Thanks.
participants that will be joining in the conference?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ayush. Thanks for this call. I mean, personally, I'm really looking forward to the event. I'm looking forward to engaging with a lot of like-minded professionals. So I get to learn a lot from them, networking with great people. I'm really looking forward to it. I've actually looked at the agenda. The choice of topics and the speakers are quite wide and then very rich. So yeah, so all in all, really looking forward to the event.
Yeah, great. Good to know. Thanks for your time today, Tanzim, and to all the participants. Don't miss this session happening on Digital Marketing, Advertising, and Technology Confex on 17 to 18 October in Dubai. Get a great chance to connect with him in person. See you soon, Tanzim.
Thanks a lot, Ayush. Cheers.